everyone, welcome to New Bear. Today we're going to make square rings. You're going to need 2 shuttles, preferably with 2 different coloured threads in each one. And this is just so we can see what each thread is doing. We're going to start our work with double shuttles. We can simply sit one on top of the other, but they can tend to slip. If we're not used to working with double shuttles, it can feel like you're all fingers and thumbs, and the next thing you know, we've got projectile shuttles flying across the room. So we can prevent them slipping by using a piece of double-sided tape, some blue tack, or some grip mat to stick them together. We're going to alternate between working with double shuttles and working with a single shuttle. So we want something that's quick and easy to join our shuttles together and then separate them again. So all 3 options have, well, what we could call a downside, I guess. If you use tape, be very careful if your shuttles have decals or are painted, because sometimes the tape can lift the paint. Blue tack is good, but only in small amounts. A big blob will add height to your shuttles. When you separate the shuttles, we're going to continue working with shuttle 1. So either remove the blue tack completely or keep it on shuttle 2. If the blue tack stays on shuttle 1, it's going to catch on your thread and make it awkward for you to work. So by leaving it on shuttle 2, it's out of the way and it's also ready for the next time that you need it. Grip mat works really well. It will stop your shuttles from slipping. It's nice and thin, so it doesn't add any extra height, and it's very easy to take in and out. Now, I mentioned height when I was talking about the blue tack. Height is important because we need to be able to pass both shuttles through our workspace exactly like we would if we were working with one shuttle. So the taller our shuttles are, the trickier that's going to be. We don't want to add any height with a huge blob of blue tack. So like the grip mat, but as I said, it does just fall out, so it can be a pain to have to reposition it each time. But have a play, see which one you prefer to use. We have shuttle 1 and shuttle 2. Take shuttle 1 and set your hand up for a ring. Now this is the colour we're going to see on the outside. Set shuttle 1 on top of shuttle 2, making sure that the thread comes out on the same side of both shuttles and that it's the same length. We're working a normal ring with 4 double stitches. Drop shuttle 2. Shuttle 2 is my blue thread. This is the thread that runs on the inside of our stitches. So drop it down so that it sits at the back. We want it between the working thread and the core thread. The back like that. Using shuttle 1, work a double stitch, a picot and another double stitch. Place shuttles back together. And continue with another 4 double stitches. We're ready for our next picot, so we're repeating what we did before. Drop shuttle 2, come down the back of our stitches, take shuttle 1 and work a double stitch, a picot and another double stitch. Put the shuttles back together and work the next 4 stitches. Repeat the whole process once more. we should have 4 picot 4 picot 4 picot 4. You can see our shuttle 2 thread running across the back. So the 3 blips of colour are going to be 3 of our corners. The base of our ring, when we close it, will become our 4th corner. So to close our ring, pull on shuttle 1, hold all your stitches in the pinch. So closing it just like a normal ring, but don't close it as tightly as you normally would. Take the thread from shuttle 2 and pull. But again, we don't want to pull this thread too tightly or it will make the sides of our square buckle. It's done just a little bit on that one. So work it till you get it looking nice. So we're going to reverse our work and make a chain of 10. Use shuttle 1 to set up your hand. On top of shuttle 2, and we start our second ring with 4 double stitches. We're going to join back to our first ring, so separate our shuttles. Make sure shuttle 2 sits at the back. With shuttle 1, make a double stitch, and we're joining as we normally do. So down through that picot. Work another double stitch and continue with double shuttles as we did before. For our second ring, we have 4, our join, 4 picot 4 picot 4. On the back, we have our 3 blue blips. Pulling our shuttle thread to close our ring. And then our blue shuttle 2 thread, just square our corners. So if this was your real project, you would have the same colour in both shuttles to hide the blue blips that we get from shuttle 2. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.